If you've achieved something at a previous job and you're no longer there, and maybe you've been kicked out and maybe you've quit and maybe whatever has happened and it was very uncomfortable and unkind and all of those things, you take back your joy and your accomplishment and put it on the mantelpiece, fully on the company, because it wasn't the company that did it. You were the one to achieve that accolade. Think about any type of accolade or accomplishment that you get, and you got plaques on your walls, and I've got plaques all over my walls for different things that I've done and different trophies for achievement. The company didn't do it, you did it. So you take ownership of that. You take ownership of that and wear it proudly, despite how they may have treated you. But that is something that you did, you accomplished it, and that's what makes women so resilient.
Hi, I'm Helen Blocker Adams, host of Reset to Reinvent podcast.
And I'm Vanessa, CEO of Talent Connect.
We have connected our talent as women entrepreneurs, and I am pleased to announce Talent Connect as a founding sponsor for our popular podcast.
For any of your staffing, payroll, or other business services needs, be sure to check out our website at talentconnectga.net. That's talentconnectga.net.
And don't forget to subscribe to our popular YouTube channel, Reset to Reinvent YouTube channel. Welcome to Reset to Reinvent podcast, where we empower women and entrepreneurs to rebuild and thrive after life's toughest challenges. I'm Helen Blocker Adams, founder of Unusual Determination, breast cancer survivor, published author, and licensed insurance specialist with over 11 years of experience helping women protect their futures. I've lived on 3 continents, survived breast cancer, run for political office 3 times, and rebuilt my life more times than I can count. And now I help women like you do the same with both the inner transformation and the outer protection you need to build boldly. Let's dive in.
Hello, and welcome to episode 51 of Reset to Reinvent podcast. I am your host, Helen Blocker Adams, and what a special month it is. It is a month of March, and March is Women's History Month. March just happens to be my second favorite month of the year. Of course, the month of May is my birthday month, so that's my favorite, of course. But, I love the month of March and the opportunity to be able to celebrate women throughout the entire month. And what's so really cool is that Reset to Reinvent podcast is all about women, celebrating women, empowering women, providing actionable strategies that will allow them to go to next level, to overcome significant challenges that they've experienced, and showing them ways to get to the next level, to get beyond where they currently are. And you know what I would like for you to do? I would like for you to let me know if there are some topics, some areas of concern, or just some areas in your life that you're like, man, I wish I had a little bit more information on this. I wish I can be able to get more information so that I can do this and go here and go there. And do me a favor, send me an email right now if there's something on your mind and your heart, and send it to reset to reinvent at gmail.com. Reset to reinvent at gmail.com. Send me an email and let me know, because we're at 51 episodes and we have tried to do a really good job of paying attention to you, our listeners, our viewers, paying attention to comments out there, on our Facebook pages and on social media as it relates to issues that impact women. And so when we think about the month of March and Women's History Month, it's just so exciting to be able to celebrate women. And we're going to be doing that all month long. But before we go a little bit further, let me remind you to subscribe, to like, to share this episode and any other episode. Want to let you know when you subscribe, whether it's on our YouTube channel or if it's on any of the podcast platforms, when you do that, what it will do is once you subscribe, then each Monday, between 8:30 or so Eastern Standard Time, you'll get an alert that the new episode is out. Okay. And that way you don't have to go and try to find it each week. We're there. All right. And we'd love for you to share. And I really would love to, during the month of March, man, we really want to hit some phenomenal numbers on our YouTube subscribers. We want to know who you are. We want to be able to connect with you on a different level if we know who you are. Okay. Something else that we're going to be doing, and we're starting right today. Okay. So many of you might just send me a text, or you might make a comment on Facebook, or you might not make a comment at all, but you're listening, but I don't know who you are. So here's what I need for you to do. I would like for you to, because what we're going to do for the month of starting this month, in the month of March, we're building our tribe. We're building our community, our Reset to Reinvent community. Okay. Now, I know some of you, but there are hundreds of you that are watching, and I don't know how to reach you. I don't know how to put you in our community so that I can be able to communicate with you on a more personal level. Okay. Versus this broad, atmosphere called a podcast. I want to be able to connect to you by sending you an email, letting you know different things that's going on, letting you know about resources that I can be able to help you with, connecting you with our coaching program, all of those things. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to go to unusualdetermination.com. unusualdetermination.com. Go there and then go on the link that says book a consultation. Now there, what you're going to see is you're going to see a little button there that says, put the check mark and put your information so that you can sign up for our email updates, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. I really want to push real hard to get this to a point where I've got a tribe, a community, and I can be able to talk to you on a more personal basis. You'll do that for me. Okay. Go to unusualdetermination.com. Go to the link, go to the menu item that says book a consultation. And I basically need your name, your phone number, your email address. And under comments, you can put whatever you like. If there's a particular topic or issue or concern that you would like for me to address, I can be able to find the information, put it in the form of a podcast, or I can even create many segments that's designed specifically for my tribe, my Reset to Reinvent community. There's so many things that I can do to be able to help you on a closer level, but I need you in my community. Okay. Y'all with me? So if you know other people who are also watching and listening to Reset to Reinvent podcast, share this information with them as well. And we want to build that. We want to build that pretty quickly during the month of March so that we can make more of an impact on the women all over the world that are listening to this show, that are hurting, that are seeking direction, that want a safe space where they can be able to communicate. Because on our HBA Academy, for example, that's going to be it's already in place, and it's going to be it is a free resource. If you go to school.com, SKOOL.com, and look up HBA Academy. You can go on there and sign up for free, and there's going to be resources. But here's the thing, there's a lot of resources on there already. But what I want to do, I want to fine tune and find and identify the resources that you need. And the only way that I can do that is I can find out what it is that you need. Okay? I want to be able to help. I want to be able to help meet those pain points. Those pain points. We're in pain, and I want to be able to help solve them. Okay, all right, y'all with me? So go to unusualdetermination.com and click on the menu item that says book a consultation. Put that information and put that little check mark in the box so that you will be added to my email list. And I want to see how many new people that we have next week this time when we talk on Reset to Reinvent podcast. But I'm really, really excited. The month of March. You can also go to you're probably saying, boy, Helen, you are telling us a lot of stuff. Yeah. Because that's one of the things that I realized it has been lacking is me sharing with you what we have out there so that you all can engage. And I just get so wrapped up in my episodes and the content, which is amazing, that I forget to let you know some of the things that we've got going on that you could participate with and then make everything a lot better for all of us so that we can make an impact on the world. Because check this out, March, Women's History Month, the theme for this month is, and I'm reading it because I want to make sure that I don't mess it up. The theme for 2026 Women's History Month is leading the change, women shaping a sustainable future. Leading the change, women shaping a sustainable future. Now, oh my goodness. Now, if you think about Reset to Reinvent podcast, that's what we're about. That's what we're about. When you think about the Protected Reset coaching program that we've launched, that we're still looking for 5 women. Okay. I'm going to talk a little bit more how we have even enhanced what our plans are with that beta program. Okay. I'm going to talk about that in a few minutes. Okay. But so exciting that leading the change, women shaping a sustainable future. And there's 4 components to the theme that I want you to, after this episode, I want you to fully engage with us, because we're going to be dropping more information, more detailed information about these particular topics as it relates to how we can be able to help you. If you're on Facebook, look us up on our Reset to Reinvent podcast page. Go ahead and subscribe, okay? Become a subscriber there, because we're going to be dropping some information about this theme to be able to give you some things to think about, give you some things to push for, to strive for as women, because we are leading the change, okay? And we are women shaping a sustainable future. So what I want to do is just put a lot of information out there that can be able to help you in whatever career area that you're at and that you're with or involved in, or whether you're in a business, whatever it is that you're doing. We are women leading the way in so many different areas. Okay. I just happen to have a podcast to be able to share this information, and I'm really happy to do that. So what I want to do, I want to give a little bit more detail about the 4 points as it relates to the theme as it relates to the theme of Women's History Month, the month of March, leading the change, women shaping a sustainable future. Okay, so there's 4 points. And so if you go and Google Women's History Month, the theme for 2026, you're going to find this information. But I want to be able to pour this into you, and you can reach out to me for more information as we make the month of March the best that we've ever had. Okay, so the first one is financial sustainability. Excuse me, y'all. Pardon me. Let me get a little sip of this ginger ale. Having financial sustainability is so important. We have a lot of women out there that are single mothers, that are, married with children, married with husband and children. Um, uh, uh, Maybe they've adopted a child, or maybe they don't have any children, but they've got lots of nieces and nephews and great nieces and great nephews like me. Okay. Having financial sustainability, that is so, so important. And right now, the economy, the number of layoffs, the uncertainty that's out there in our world makes the idea of financial sustainability seem like it's far, far away. Okay, but it's really not. But we've got to be very intentional about some things that we've got to do, and those are going to be some little nuggets that I'm going to drop on our Facebook page, in different areas. So what's going to happen if you connect with me through this email? Go to unusualdetermination.com and just fill out that form so that you can be a part of our email group, so that you can be a part of our tribe on Reset to Reinvent tribe. Then you're going to get connected and get access to all of these nuggets that I'm going to be throwing out starting in the month of March, but it's not going to end. But I want to kick it off this month. It just kind of makes sense. The month of March, Women's History Month. Okay, so the first one, financial sustainability. Okay. Now, when you think about insurance, whether it's life insurance, health insurance, supplemental health insurance, disability insurance, critical illness insurance, those are tools that can be able to help you financially, because you might be an entrepreneur and you don't have, if you stop working for a week or 2 weeks or a month, for whatever situation, and you don't have any other type of income coming in, you're going to, unless you've got some money put away for a rainy day, is going to be challenging. So for example, having disability insurance is going to be important. So financial sustainability when it comes to insurance is a part of that whole financial strategy. And when you think about the Protected Reset coaching program that I've created, one of the things that we talk about, that we sit down with you, is helping you in that area of making sure that you've got everything in order in terms of your insurance. Because think about it. You got a family, single mom, or maybe you're not a single mom, and you're thinking of, okay, even if you're married, your husband may not necessarily always be there. He may live longer than you, or he may not. So you've got to have a plan in place to make sure that you're taken care of, that you've got a plan B there so that you don't have to suffer. So that's some of the things that we want to be able to do, because if you want to get over a loss, whether it's a loss like loved ones, like my nieces and my sister that we've talked about, as it relates to being able to be a voice for them later on, or be have a memory set up for them to always live longer than if we didn't put anything in place. And I know somebody was saying, what is she talking about? I'm just giving you a little bit of information in terms of what we're going to do in the Protected Reset program, so that you can be able to have more sustainability from a financial. If we are stuck mentally, if we are still grieving losses, and we're just kind of going through the motions of life, we're not free yet. We've got something that's holding us back, and a lot of times it's the financial part. We've got right now, today, build tomorrow, bills next month, thinking beyond where we are right now, but we can't. All of those pieces have to play a part. They have to play a part in us being able to have a sustainable future. Y'all see how the theme of this sustainable future, we can't be sustainable. And when you think about the word sustainable means being able to have something solid, being able to know that, hey, look, we got tomorrow. Now, the Lord, in our relationship with God, we know that He has all control, but He has also given us the mind to have wisdom, seek wisdom so that we can be able to seek His guidance, so that we can be able to get beyond where we are today. If this is your first time hearing my podcast or listening, and you don't know anything about where I come from in terms of my relationship with God, I want to make it clear that He is the foundation. Okay. He is the foundation, bar none. That is a fact. That just goes without saying. Okay. But when we talk about sustainability, He wants us to be sustainable, but we've got to have sustainability mentally and financially. So this financial sustainability is key, and it ties in with the theme for Women's History Month. And oh my goodness. Okay. All right. Let me keep going. The next one is community resilience. Okay. Now, when we talk about building, and when we talk about building a community of women that we can be able to work together and empower each other, and provide actionable strategies that can be able to help you thrive in a way that you've never done before. That's what Reset to Reinvent podcast is all about. It's all about building that community. But what I was saying a little bit earlier is that I've got you. You're watching and you're listening, but I don't know who you are. So I want to be able to connect with you. And that's where it goes back to going to unusualdetermination.com and filling out that form and getting on my email database. So now we can be able to get to the nitty gritty and really do some things, really do some impactful things. Are y'all with me? Are y'all with me? I'm excited. I'm really excited. Okay, the third piece, as it relates to the theme for this month's Women's History Month, is leadership succession. Okay. Think about whatever area that you are in, whether it's your church, whether it's school, whether it's being a leader in your home, if you're a stay-home mom, whether you're working in the school system, whatever you're doing, even if you're not in a so-called leadership role, we all have leadership capabilities. We all have something in us that God has given us to be able to help us make an impact on ourselves, on our families, and our lives. And when you think about our children, your nieces and nephews, when they see you make decisions, when they see you do things, when they see you in roles that you may not think is being a leader, but they are because they're admiring you, they're looking up to you. What is it that you want them to see? Think about it. Okay. We're talking about leading the change, women shaping a sustainable future. I'm just giving you some nuggets today for you to think about. I mean, we can deep dive and go to a whole lot of different aspects of what I'm talking about here. But what I want you to do is if you're connected me through the email and I can point you in the direction of our HBA Academy our Reset to Reinvent podcast Facebook page and be able to connect and have a conversation, and you can kind of communicate with me. You can make comments on our YouTube channel. Then we're going to be able to make some impact this month. Okay. But I just need you to connect with me. Okay. All right. The last one is intergenerational equity. Okay. That's making sure that our children don't, we want to make sure that our children and our children's children do not have to struggle, do not have to experience some of the things that we have. Now, they're going to go through their stuff, but if we can build something sustainable that they can be able to reach back, almost like a relay race. You ever seen those relay races? Where there's the 100-meter or 200-meter, and then you see those ladies or those gals running, ladies or the gals or the guys running, and they're running, and then they're holding their hand out, and then they're grabbing that baton, and then the next person is running. That's what you want for your children, right? That's that intergenerational equity. That's the sustainable future. You don't want, when you leave here, I don't think so. I don't think you want what I'm getting ready to say. You don't want, when you leave here, for your children to say, well, yeah, mama's gone, daddy's gone. And, I got to start from ground zero. Do you really? No, of course not. And that's why women leading the change, women shaping a sustainable future. When we think about financial sustainability, community resilience, leadership succession, intergenerational equity, all of those tie in so that we can leave this place a better place than where we are and where we're going to go. And so when we talk about Women's History Month, there's just so many exciting things that we're going to be talking about in the future episodes for this month. I have some wonderful women that I've got scheduled that's going to air this month that have gone through some stuff. And they have got some strategies that will blow you away. You do not want to miss any of the episodes in this month of March, Women's History Month. Okay. I want to also let you know that, we're really excited the fact that we've exceeded. We're now over 50 episodes. Okay. So once again, I want to thank you all for listening, for watching, for listening and watching. I really do. I mean, just so we're still on a high about that. We absolutely are. And so episode 51, which is this episode, we are celebrating the resilience of women because we really are resilient. And a lot of times we don't give ourselves credit. We don't give ourselves credit for what we really can and have achieved. We set ourselves on standards maybe with someone else that may be the same age or maybe in the same career area. Well, it seems like they're doing better than me. And why are they doing better than me than where I am? Why have they got that? Stop whining. God's got you. This month, the month of March, I have put it out to my podcast team that our word for this month is intentional. We're going to be intentional. We're going to be intentional about everything that we do. Every second of the day, we're going to be more intentional about the word, the scripture that we read, so that we can make sure it gets into our bloodstream and we can be able to concentrate on the fact and believe and be obedient to the fact that God has us. God is taking care of us. God will take care of us. Stop comparing yourself. So the word is intentional. We are going to be intentional about everything. I'm going to be more intentional about some of the things that I make sure that I let you all know about in these episodes, because sometimes, frankly, by the time I get to the end of my episodes, I'm like, oh my goodness, after I've already recorded and it's already out there, I'm like, man, I forgot to let my listeners know this is happening, or this is happening, or this is where they need to go. I got to be more intentional with that. Okay. And that's going to happen starting this month, starting this episode. And so, women, we just got to do better, and we can do better. And it's okay for somebody to kind of smack us just a little bit, because I have people in my circle that keep me accountable, that smack me from time to time as well. So we all need that. And that's why this Reset to Reinvent tribe, this community that we've been able to build. We've built something solid over these past 50 episodes, okay? And I feel very good about that. God has just blessed us with incredible and did you see episode 50? Oh my gosh. If you didn't, you've got to go back. We pulled some clips from some of our top 5 downloads. You've got to check it out. And then you'll see what I'm talking about. We've had some solid guests and information, women who have gone through things that are now thriving at whole new levels. And we want everyone that's listening and watching to thrive more in 2026. But we want you to thrive in the month of March. We want you to thrive starting today, but we need you to connect with us so that we'll know who you are and we can be able to help you anymore. So women leading the change, women shaping a sustainable future. I love that. I love that. So when you think about, okay, let me just say this. Because we're going to have a shorter episode this week than usual. I do want to say that not only, when I mentioned at the very beginning, the month of March is my second favorite month, next to the month of May, because I do like the idea of celebrating women. And that's what we're doing this month, is celebrating women. And actually, we do that every month. If you think about it, every episode is about women and resetting and reinventing. That's what the podcast is all about. But we want to do better. We want to get better. We want to dig. We want to meet your needs. And the only way for us to meet your needs even more at a deeper level, you got to let us know. Okay. You got to join our community so that we can be able to know, we can be able to talk to each other, with each other, empower each other. And so the other part, when we think about the month of March, this is our first anniversary. Okay. So we're approaching episode 52 next week, right? Okay. We're on episode 51 today as you're listening to this. Now, so 52 weeks. So that's our first anniversary in the month of March. How cool is that? So that means, and so, because last year when we started, the idea was to start in the month of March, Women's History Month, making history. We were making history, our very first podcast, making history, making herstory. Think about it. All of us at some point, we've made herstory at some point. It may not have been in the month of March, but it just so happens for me, I've made herstory before in 2020. 2023, I was with an insurance company and was able to achieve levels of excellence that very few women had ever experienced. In the month of March of 2023, I became the third woman to achieve the level of partner with this insurance company in the month of March. Herstory of 2023. So that was 3 years ago, making herstory. And in addition to that, there was three of us as business partners. One of our business partners has now passed away. Bless her heart, Fran. Out of Houston, and we've got Penny that's in Kentucky. All three of us were a part of a team. We were called the Power of Three. We were forced to be reckoned with, and this was 3 years ago. In 2023, in the month of March, we rallied our team of hundreds of agent partners, and we said we're going to make herstory this month, not history. And it was no shade on the men, because the men on our team, they rallied with us, and we achieved some goals that were just phenomenal. In the insurance industry, achieving goals like that is about making sales, selling policies, putting people in benefits. And that's what we did in the month of March of 2023. And so I'm no longer with that particular company, but we made an impact. And one thing I want you to know, because see, I've wrestled with this. I've wrestled with the fact that because I'm no longer with the company, and because there's been some really unfortunate things that's happened since then, to me personally, financially. Okay. Some of you've heard about that, or in some of my previous episodes. Okay. So a part of me it was like, and I want you all to hear me, because some of you have experienced this before. Corporate America a lot of times is not kind. Okay. And that's just a fact. And if you've worked in corporate America, there's like there was an article, a little bit over a month ago. It may have been in December, about 300,000 Black women that have been displaced. Whether wrongful termination, whether being forced out because they have been treated so poorly, all these different reasons. Why 300,000? That's a lot of women of color that have been displaced, that are no longer working in corporate America or in federal government, state government, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. So with that said, a lot of times we have made some achievements at those places of businesses. We've made some, and we've got plaques and different things to prove it. We don't need to discount, and I'm sharing with you from personal experience, because I've wrestled with this, knowing that what we did and achieving herstory in 2023 and being the first in the entire, even to this day, the first team in the same organization to have three people, and in this case, three women. Women are dominating in the insurance industry, by the way, just so you know. Okay. If you want to get more information about that, shoot me an email and we'll talk about that. Okay. Women are killing it in the insurance industry. Okay. But there was three of us, me, Penny, and Fran, that each made partner in the month of March of 2023, and we made herstory. I mean, it was a big thing. I mean, that was a big article about it, and the publication of that company and the whole works. It was a big deal. Okay. And fast forward 3 years later, no longer with the company, and it's like, okay, yeah, we did that, and that was a big deal. It was a big deal then. I want you to know it was a big deal then, and it's a big deal now. And I've had my producer to really kind of hone in on that and say, Helen, nobody can take that away from you. And so I want to say to you, if you've achieved something at a previous job and you're no longer there, and maybe you've been kicked out, and maybe you've quit, and maybe whatever has happened, and it was very uncomfortable and unkind and all of those things, you take back your joy and your accomplishment and put it on the mantelpiece, fully on the company, because it wasn't the company that did it. You were the one to achieve that accolade. Think about any type of accolade or accomplishment that you get, and you got plaques on your walls, and I've got plaques all over my walls for different things that I've done and different trophies for achievement. The company didn't do it, you did it. So you take ownership of that. You take ownership of that and wear it proudly, despite how they may have treated you. But that is something that you did, you accomplished it. And that's what makes women so resilient. And it was a woman that said to me, Helen, no, don't discount that. Don't put that under the carpet like it was no big deal. It was a big deal. It was a big deal. And it still is a big deal. Any accomplishment that you've had over your lifetime, nobody can take that away from you. Whether it's getting a degree, whether it's getting your master's or your bachelor's or additional certificates. And that's why I like LinkedIn so much. I mean, if you go on LinkedIn, there are people every day that's highlighting they've got this accomplishment. Now, some people might say, oh, they're bragging. No, they're letting you know that they have accomplished something. And not only do they want to be celebrated, yes, and rightly so, but then it gives us an opportunity to celebrate them too. So here's what I'd love to hear. I just thought about this. Here's what I'd like for you to do. Go to reset2reinvent@gmail.com. Send me your latest contributions, your latest achievements, accolades that maybe you've achieved in the past few months or maybe in the past year. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to incorporate in my episodes those achievements. If you've had some achievements, maybe it's a new degree, maybe it's a certificate, maybe it's a new designation on whatever area of expertise that you have, send it to me and I'm going to share it over the on my podcast. I'm going to share that information. I'm going to celebrate you during the month. And that idea just came to me as I was talking. OMG. Okay. Because anybody knows me knows I love to celebrate people. I love to encourage and empower. And that's what Reset to Reinvent is all about. And so sharing that herstory situation, it took something, it's like a sense of, okay, I've got it out. And we made herstory in March, Women's History Month in 2023. And I'm very proud of that. Okay. And I want you to also think back to something that you've done that you kind of put under the rug. You know, it's no big deal. Yes, it is a big deal. As a matter of fact, if you got any plaques or trophies or whatever, and you got them sitting in the garage and you don't have them on display, shame on you. No. Time out for that. Time out for that. No, because I can tell you, you come to my home, my office, I have all of my, matter of fact, they're in different parts of my house because I've just got a bunch of them over the years. Okay. Celebrate yourself. The month of March, Women's History Month, it's about leading the change, women shaping a sustainable future. You are a part of that. You are a part of that. You may not think that you play any type of role, but God has us in a different place at different seasons for different reasons. All of us can't do the same thing. All of us can't be a podcaster. Okay. If all of us were podcasters, who's going to do the listening and the watching? I know that was kind of crazy, right? Okay. But you see what I'm saying? So all of us. So think about all those accolades. Dust off all of those plaques and certificates and put them all in frames. Okay, yeah, I know somebody's out there got a certificate that you've gotten and you haven't even put it in a frame yet. Oh, I did that for a long time. Okay, but not no more. Oh no, they are all in frames and they're all over my walls in my training room, in my office, and different parts of the house. Sure am. That's right. You come into my house, you're going to see, yes, I live here, but this is also my business abode as well. Okay. All right. All right. All right. So I want you to, as we wrap up, wow, this is turned out to be, yeah, this has been fun today. I'm really, really, I'm hoping that I've touched somebody today. I'm hoping that I've just kind of touched your heart and made you think about some things at a different level. But I want you to connect to me. I want to really build this community this month with women. We want to build this reset to reinvent women's community. I want to connect more. I need you to go to unusualdetermination.com and go to the link, go to the menu item where it says book a consultation, fill out that information, click the box that says email updates. Okay. Do that for me. I want to see that. I want to see bunches of them between now and next week. But in the meantime, I want you to like and subscribe to this episode, to any of the episodes. Like, subscribe, and share. Share this with a friend. Somebody needs encouraging. This episode is going to encourage somebody, okay? Because we are celebrating the resilience of women. That's the theme of today's episode, celebrating the resilience of women. I do want you to look forward to the next couple of weeks. In the month of March, we have some dynamic guests that's all I can say. I'm not going to say anything more because I'm just not going to do that. You're just going to have to wait and see. So today, I want you to, after you listen and watch this particular episode, I want you to stop what you're doing. I want you to get up. I want you to go and look in the mirror. And I want you to say, I am a resilient woman. And I am leading the change. And I am a woman shaping a sustainable future. I am a resilient woman. I am leading the change. I am a woman shaping a sustainable future. I want you to do that. I want you to let me know that you've done that, whether you record it and send it to me by email. And those of you who know me, send it by text. If you do it on audio, send it to me to let me know that you've done this. And I want you to join our email database group of Reset to Reinvent so that we can be able to connect on more levels. I want you to be on the lookout. Go to my Facebook page, Reset to Reinvent podcast page. Subscribe there because I'm going to be dropping information about women's history. I want to deep dive a little bit more on the theme of this month so that I can give you some things to think about as you look at your life. Okay. And I also did say I was going to chat a little bit about the Protected Reset coaching program, but here's what I want you to do. If you want to get more specific information about that, shoot me an email right now to reset2reinvent@gmail.com. And I'm going to send you the information. Okay. Reset2reinvent@gmail.com. Guys, this has just been amazing on this Women's History Month, the first Monday of the month of March of 2026. So excited for you. I'm so excited for what what is going to come. I'm so excited about the women's lives that's going to be changed this month. And that is my desire, and that is my intention of this month. And the only way I'm going to be able to do that is if you communicate with me so I can know who you are and the change that's taking place. So have yourself a great week. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. You have yourself a wonderful week during this Women's History Month. And why? Because you were born to be inspired.
Today's episode of Reset to Reinvent podcast is brought to you by the Adams Group Agency, developing final expense leaders.